and welcome. I am so grateful to be here sharing this video about what could be causing your acne. I had cystic acne for years and it played a huge part in my life. And when I figured out what was causing my acne and how to heal it, I started to feel better living. It's something that was a huge part of my healing journey, and I'm really grateful to be sharing what worked for me in hopes that it may help you. So a quick backstory about my acne. As a teenager, I had some breakouts here and there, but nothing too significant. It was when I turned 20 that my acne really started to turn into this deep red cystic problem, so to say, and it continued to develop for 3 more years. And as it developed, it kept getting more red and more covered in my face, and it took a real toll on my mental health. I was depressed. I didn't like looking at myself in the mirror. I was always stressed. I was always wearing pounds of foundation to cover my face to make it look less red and less covered in acne. For all of those years that I was confused, I had tried so many products, like infinite products. I had gone to a dermatologist who said they had never seen acne like that before and could not offer me any solutions. And it was something that I pursued relentlessly to find a solution. And now that I have solutions, now that I cleared my face up, I'm so incredibly grateful to be sharing them with you, because if you've tried every product, if you've gone to a dermatologist, if you feel like you've exhausted every single avenue to healing your acne, you're not alone, and one of my solutions could be a solution for you. Okay, so just to show you my face now and to be crystal clear about where I'm at, you can see that I still have my acne scars from when I had the really bad deep acne. I still get breakouts here and there based on the sleep I get, what I eat, what I drink, and I'm going to get more into that with the video, but ultimately I get a lot of compliments on my face now. People say that my skin looks really great, it looks very healthy, and so it's something that to hear that is huge for me, because I know I went through that journey of being covered in acne, and so to have this full circle moment where I'm happy with my skin, I get compliments on my skin, it feels really great, and I want that for you. Okay, so let's dive into what could be causing your acne. So number one, in my opinion, is going to be hormones. My acne was hormonal based, and I did not know that until later on down the road when I started to learn more about how the body works. But essentially, I was on birth control from 16 moving into my 20s, and being on that birth control over time influenced my hormones in a way that my body did not like. My body wanted to move in a certain direction or change maybe a bit, and the hormones were preventing it from doing so. It was preventing my body from being more natural. So I believe that my birth control was the first thing that caused my acne to get out of control, because my hormones were getting out of control. And hormones is a complicated subject now. It's something that is an epidemic, in my opinion. It's something that's coming to light, and there's a lot of conversations going on about it, about how a lot of people are suffering from hormone imbalances, male and female. So it's something that I have tested, and I know that I have a hormonal imbalance, and it's something that you can test too. There's something called a Dutch test, and it's a urine-based test that shows you where your hormonal levels are at. It's something that is pretty hard to interpret on your own. I highly recommend finding a holistic doctor near you that offers the Dutch test if you're interested in getting tested and seeing where your hormone levels are at, and they can help you hopefully interpret it. If you need help with ordering a Dutch test or having someone interpret it, I have several friends that are in the holistic niche that could help you out with getting a Dutch test and getting it interpreted. Essentially, once I stopped my birth control and made a few other lifestyle changes, which I'm going to talk about, That was the first step for me, where I didn't know that at the time my birth control was causing it, but that was at that point when I cut it out of my life is when my acne really started to change. So if you haven't explored the concept that your acne may be hormonal related, here's your sign that maybe this is something that you should look into. So hormones trickle down into the rest of the possibilities that I'm going to talk about in this video. So the next one is diet and what you're eating. So what you eat can influence your hormones because it can influence every other part of your bodily systems. And for me, at the time when I was deciding that I was really going to take a solid, disciplined effort to heal my acne and figure out what was going on, I quit my birth control, and I also stopped eating wheat-based products, and I stopped eating dairy and meat. At the time, that was what the solution was presented to me, that maybe possibly if I went vegan, that it would benefit my skin. So this is not me telling you to go vegan by any means or gluten-free, but once I explain a little bit more why I chose that route, maybe you'll be interested to know why. So I went gluten-free because I found out that wheat-based products, as they exist, are stripped of all of their nutrients. And so essentially any wheat-based product that isn't a fresh ground flour sourdough or a sprouted grained bread is doing more harm than good for your body. And so I decided that it could possibly be causing inflammation in me, so I cut out wheat products and went essentially gluten-free. The reason I went vegan was because I thought that maybe I was allergic to dairy as well. Maybe I was lactose intolerant and didn't know. So I cut out dairy and I cut out meat. When I look back, I probably would not have cut out meat specifically, but I would have doubled down on eating grass-fed meats and pasture-raised meats. But at the time, I was just cutting out everything as a possibility, so I cut out meat as well. Dairy is one of those that a lot of people say if you're eating grass-fed dairy or goat dairy that you'll be okay. And others that say no, cut dairy out completely. So I can't say one way or another unless you know how you feel when you eat these products. If you focus on eating the highest quality dairy that you can possibly eat, then you can maybe consider continuing it on. But any sort of cheese or dairy product that you think is a bit like, I don't know where this came from, I don't know the health of the cow, it doesn't have organic or grass-fed or any sort of labeling on it to make me feel good about it, then maybe it's time that you consider cutting those sorts of products out of your life. If you want to continue to eat meat, please just consider sourcing the highest quality meats that you can. So with diet, this brings me to number 3, is what you drink is really important, and what you drink can influence your hormones. So at the time, I was a beer tender, and so I was drinking a lot of beer. And that beer had wheat in it, and it was giving me a beer belly, and I was inflamed. So I considered, if I'm going gluten-free, maybe I should cut beer out as well. So I stopped drinking beer, and at the time I was still drinking coffee, but I found out later on that coffee can also cause hormonal imbalances, and it can cause your face to break out. I've experimented with cutting out coffee and continuing to drink coffee, and when I cut out coffee, I do notice that my face gets a bit clearer. And so it's something that I don't drink coffee every day now. I drink it every now and then, once every week or once every 2 weeks. And I've noticed a significant change in my face as a result. And something that I also started to do when I changed my diet was I drank a lot of high quality water. So I drank the best purified water that I could. It was a triple purified water, and I was drinking just a lot of it. I was just trying to clear out my system as effectively as possible. And between doing these changes alone, I started to see my face change completely. Instead of it looking like new growth was coming out, it looked like old toxins pushed out. It was a really surreal experience to capture on camera and to note how it was changing in a way that I had never seen it before. So I knew that these lifestyle changes that I was making just in like a month or two were making really significant changes in my face, which I was honestly just so relieved. Okay, that brings into, the idea that it could be your hormones and that your diet and what you're drinking could be influencing your hormones. So then the other aspects of what could be influencing your hormones and influencing your skin health is what products you're using. So if you're using a facial product that has fragrances in it or it has unknown chemicals in it, that could be influencing your hormones and your acne. So when I changed about what I was putting in my body, I changed what I was putting on my body. And I learned that using soaps are just not good for your face. So I don't ever use soap on my face unless I have a bit of what I have like glitter on now. I use just a little bit of soap to wash the glitter off my face at the end of the night. So instead of using soap, I use toners to clean my face. So I've experimented with different toners over time. If you want a really simple solution, you can just use a rose hydrosol or like a rose water. And I use that every morning when I wake up. I put it on a reusable cotton pad and I clean my face with it, and it feels really nice. It smells really nice. And I do it after the shower and I do it before I go to bed. So just using a toner offers unique health benefits, like rose water and rose hydrosol is very good for your face. And I also created my own toner product if you're interested in that. I have a link for it in the description. It's an apple cider vinegar floral infused tonic. So I took herbs that are good for your face, I infused them in vinegar, and then I took that infusion and I added rose hydrosol and witch hazel to it. This is also a very skin healthy tonic for your face. It's something that I really enjoy when I use it on my face, and it's something that if you want to try, like I said, I have a link in my bio for it. It's a very unique product. There's nothing like it on the marketplace, and it's really good for your skin. Apple cider vinegar balances the pH of your skin. Witch hazel is also good for your skin, and as I said, rose hydrosol is also very good for your skin. So reducing the amount of soap that you're using toners and tonics in the morning, after your showers, and at night. And then also I just use a real simple oil on my face, something that is just 100% carrier oils. I have my own face oil mixture as well that you can find a link to in the bio to purchase. And this is a mixture of jojoba oil, vitamin E oil, and rosehip oil, all of which are really good for your skin. Jojoba oil matches the natural sebum of your skin. Vitamin E oil is good for adding nutrients to your skin, as is rosehip oil, just as rose hydrosol is. Rose is just very good for your face because of the vitamins that it contains. But you could use just a jojoba oil or just a rosehip oil. I just like doing the infusions with multiple options within it. I use that oil after my toner. So after I use my toners, I use the oil, and it makes my face feel amazing and hydrated. I've noted that people that have used my facial oil who've had skin problems in the past, they don't have skin problems anymore, and they're very grateful for the skin oil that I've provided for them. They love the way that it makes their skin feel and look, and I've been doing it for years now, so I really like the way that it makes my skin feel and look. Obviously, there's a lot of other natural solutions out there. Like, the skin product industry is massive, but when you're just starting to heal your acne and find what's working for you, I think keeping it as simple as possible is what's best. So that way you know which product is doing the real benefit for your skin. Okay, that is mostly what I wanted to cover on what could be causing your acne and how to treat your body and your skin in a way that could reduce your acne and allow it to heal. Some other things that you may want to keep in consideration and add as practices is some sort of way to sweat regularly so that your body is detoxing, whether it be like a sauna or like some sort of exercise like pickleball. Pickleball is my favorite sport to play, but it's hard now that it's winter. So I have a sauna that I use to help with my skin and my sweating. Like I said, that's because sweating helps your body detox and push out whatever is in your body toxin-wise that could be causing your acne. I just want to say that it's important to stay careful with which type of workouts that you do. High intensity workouts, if you already have a hormone imbalance, can make the hormone imbalance greater because it peaks your cortisol, and that cortisol then makes extra estrogen. So if you're already estrogen dominant and you're doing high intensity workouts, you could be increasing your cortisol and making your estrogen dominance worse, which could be contributing to a higher hormonal imbalance. Okay, these are just some other things to consider in your journey for healing your acne, but I just want to say that these relatively simple solutions is why I can sit here today with you with a clear face. And it's something that I'm so grateful for, that the solutions were simpler than I made them out all those years ago. And all those several years of suffering, I just don't want that for anyone else. So if you see this video and it helps, please let me know how I can best support you. If it's checking out my products, if you need some support with understanding the dietary changes that you need to make or want to make, or if you want any support, discipline with changing your diet is difficult. And it's something that, because I'm a life coach and I've worked with people one-on-one, I've really helped them stay accountable to the goals that they've set for themselves. And I really help them see how they are more disciplined than they think they are, and how easy it can be to stick to regimes that are healing and non-damaging. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, I hope it helps you. Please let me know how I can best support you in your acne healing journey, and I'll see you next time.